good, so good, so good.
Are we live?
Not anymore. Now we are.
I thought you scared it off. Anyway, hello, folks. It's Friday afternoon. It is like 76 degrees, sunny in ATL. Couldn't ask for anything more except talking to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you again?
The bold one, the cold one. John Colder Ice. Lawson. Been a while.
Extra pauses in there and all that. Okay. I'll just be as consistent as I usually am and say, I'm Brent Leary. People love that.
I don't know who those people are. That's the problem.
You don't have to know who they are. They know who they are.
I don't know who these people are. But if you say so.
People that really value consistency. That's who they are.
Okay.
Those are the people.
Yeah. I know those people.
By the way,
what?
In the show earlier this afternoon, something really interesting happened.
What happened?
I was, you know how I do. I bring each one on, give them a little intro, and then they come on. And usually, we get to you, and I do the spiel.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, and he is taking care of some things, and and then I didn't say the spiel, but then they all did it. They were like, "Oh, you mean the cold one? Oh, you mean the bold one?" And then I think it was Leland. He said, "Hey, and the old one." I'm like, "Dang, y'all did." Wow. I mean, that must be really catchy. I need to get myself on that one.
Well, now you're the old one, so
no.
Enjoy.
I'm the one that gave you the intro that everybody seems to like. Oh, get out of town. You know you like it.
Whatever.
You like it.
Whatever.
Anyway,
if you think so, fine.
Oh,
you're like Donald Trump.
Oh, we could end this show right now. We ain't have no blasphemy on the show. I'll tell you that right now. Speaking of that guy, though, he had a hell of a day today, didn't he?
Oh my God! It's funny because he thought he was going to get away from the press for a whole day, and he had to turn around and address them.
He always does the double down. He can never just take defeat.
You don't even have to take defeat. You just got to be like, we need to re-up this, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, God, he just has no ability to be humble. There's no humility in that.
Man, we are still talking about 2020.
Right?
Are you kidding me?
Like, people really care.
6 years now. I mean, 6 years.
He's an idiot. I just don't understand it.
So this one ain't going to go away anytime soon.
Oh no, this one. Oh.
He already said he's going to find other ways to do this. I'm like,
talking about they gave me more power than ever.
And then when he gets questioned, well, this is a bipartisan. No, it's not. It's just 3 wayward Republicans. But that means they're going to vote with the other side, so it's kind of bipartisan.
You know what? Here's the thing: the side is the Constitution.
Exactly.
That's the problem. That's the thing that drives me crazy. It's like this is about the Constitution. The Constitution says you can't tax the people without the Congress.
Congress is the one who really is the one responsible for that.
I mean, it's just that stupid simple. It was so stupid simple from the beginning to me.
But, and he ripped the folks that he even put into the Supreme Court.
Yeah, he's disappointed.
I would say he's a little bit more than disappointed.
He's a little disappointed.
He's a little hurt.
It's just, oh my God.
And if that weren't enough,
And if that weren't enough, what?
Then earlier today, the GDP numbers came out.
Oh, I didn't see these.
Oh, I think the expectation was supposed to be like 3% GDP growth year over year.
And would we get?
1.2 or 1.4.
Ooh, less than half?
Oh, that hurts the ego right there. His ego. It hurts the country. That it hurts
But
his ego.
you know what?
Yeah.
We're at 50,000 on the Dow.
No, you got to say it right. 50,000, 50,000, 50, the Dow. 50.
Stupid.
Why does the person in charge of, justice, why is she even talking about the Dow?
That's what we should be talking about, sir.
Anything but.
That's what you should be talking about. You should be talking.
So I wanted the Wall Street Journal. Let's see if I can find this. The Wall Street Journal supposedly, here it is. So the Wall Street Journal, they put out this picture of the exact moment Trump found out that the Supreme Court went against him.
That's awesome.
This is the face apparently he made. But you know what? As awkward as that picture is, it's not the worst picture of somebody that came out this week.
Yeah, the backseat rider.
I mean, does he have a red eye? I mean, what the heck?
Well, you know how that happens. The camera flash.
What is so funny is if you look him up on Google. Now, this picture was just taken yesterday. This thing is spread all over. It's like the first image you see of this dude now.
That's pretty crazy.
So not a good week for
you Democrats and your stuff.
I'm not.
What do you call it? What do you call it? Your Democratic hoax. This Democratic hoax is now taking down the prince. Wow.
And somebody said this on some show that was being interviewed. The last time something like this happened to a royal, like arrested? No. We're talking the 1600s. We're talking
really
King Charles II.
Wow.
Well, his ended up being worse though, because he lost his head.
Wow.
They beheaded him.
Well, if what he did was what they said he did.
But this stuff happened like 20 years ago, and they're just now getting around to this.
I mean, they just let it out. I mean, just think of all the things they had to do to force these, files to be released. I mean, it took an act of Congress to get these files released.
And they still took longer than they were supposed to.
And they still probably only released half of them. Because I heard there was like a whole nother 20 gigs somewhere. Or was it 50 gigs? Something like that. So I don't know. It's just disgusting.
So something is coming that's going to be a very, very big distraction because...
No, we're getting ready to go to war.
That might be it. I mean, that might be the big... Wow. I mean, it's... Once again, I keep saying this. We're only, a year and a month into this now? We still got almost 3 years to go.
Oh, man, stop counting.
And we got the state. You know what's coming up next week?
The State of the Union.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
That's going to be must-see TV right there.
Oh, yeah.
I usually don't watch that stuff.
So much crap's going to come out of that mouth.
He's going to rip the Supreme Court because they're going to come in. They're going to be sitting right up front.
They shouldn't come.
I think they're all going to go.
They shouldn't go. They should let it go. I mean, he's going to say something.
He's going to rip them. He's going to rip at least, he's going to rip the Democrat, but he's really going to rip the other ones. By the way, Philip Straker wants to know how you're feeling.
Hey, I'm doing good. What's up, Philip? How are you, buddy?
Is he awesome. Is he one of the TSPers?
No, Philip is that young man that, well, he ain't young anymore.
Well, he is to you, but
Yeah,
everybody.
well, that's true too. We grew up to like in I want to say before elementary or somewhere around elementary.
Before elementary. Whoa,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of,
that's a
I
long.
guess right around that time. Definitely, yeah, because I've known him. It's like I can't remember not knowing them because we lived on the first floor of the projects together. And then when my sister was born, and I know I was 5 years old when she was born. So
Hmm.
then we moved from, that first floor apartment to another building, same court, but different building. So it's been a long time.
Well, he said he's 60, so yeah.
Okay. Wow. You were 60? Dang.
You thought
You
he was
know,
further behind you?
yeah, because again, when you're young, it's like I knew I was older than him, but it was only a year. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
when you're young, 2 years is like a decade.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it is. It is. That's crazy, man. I hope everybody's well and you guys are doing well, bro.
Cool.
Definitely.
That's cool.
That is cool.
When's the last time you actually spoke with him?
Dude, when we were children.
What? Wow.
But I
That is
mean,
crazy.
Facebook brought us together and is like, oh, um, because he lives in Vegas.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm like, next time I come out to Vegas, we got to get together and just haven't been out.
Yeah, as much as you've been out there over the
I haven't been
years.
out there in a while, bro.
Mm,
Isn't that crazy?
I haven't
I
been out
used to
there
go
yet.
all the time.
Yeah, I used to. Well, I mean, I still do 3 or 4 trips to Vegas a year for conferences and stuff.
It's like I even got um, a um, a coupon from who is it? From Lyft. It's like we want you back.
Damn, you haven't had a lift in that long.
Yeah, it's like, dang, I have not been on the road in a while,
They
bro.
are begging you.
Like, come back, come back. And I think also, to be honest, when they gave us our coupon for, you know, uh,
What, Zoho?
Zoho, I think I switched over and I
Was
just
it
never.
was it for Lyft or was it for Uber? I can't even remember
They
how.
were for Uber, so I think I
Uh,
switched over to Uber, and just by default haven't switched back.
mm. Well, it
Yeah,
depends on if I remember correctly, Lyft is way less expensive in Vegas than Uber is.
yeah. Most times Lyft I find is less expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
there
yeah, yeah,
you go. You might be able to hook something up at some point.
yeah. Definitely, will do. I will follow up on Facebook Messenger, bro.
Now
Absolutely.
you haven't been on the road speaking since when? You did something last
November.
year? No. Do you miss not doing that stuff?
Well, I did speak in January.
Oh, look who is back. Look who it
Oh
is.
wow! How are you, Garfield?
Cousin Garth.
Yeah, man.
You still in that Bitcoin there? I hope not, because it's been kind of a rough ride there the last oof. I hope
I
you
know
got out, man.
my cousin's had some challenging times, so I hope he's doing well.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm
Yeah,
hoping
me too.
things are going better.
But he must be doing better.
That's good.
But
That
he's
is.
probably not doing well from Bitcoin.
Oh, he said he never had it. I thought he did because he kept asking about it.
No, he didn't have Bitcoin.
What
He
was
was
it?
on
What was the
another.
other one?
He was on another.
Oh, it wasn't Dogecoin, was it?
No, it wasn't Doge. It was the. It was. It was.
Ethereum?
No, the one that was like a Doge Light.
Doge Light.
Shiba New, whatever it is.
Well, as long as he. Oh, wait, here it is. SHIB,
SHIB, Doge, ADA, and XRP. Okay.
I hope you got out, man. I'm just, or
You don't have to get out. You just got to hold.
hold for quite a while because.
Well, I mean,
Is it still under 70,000 Bitcoin?
Huh?
Is it still under 70,000 Bitcoin?
Yes, it's right. I think it's at 69.
So that's about a 50% haircut from the top.
Yeah, but
it's at
300% from the last retrench.
When was that?
2020.
6 years.
Yeah. So like I said, man, it's a 5-year stretch. So if you get in now, be ready to hold on to it for at least 5 years.
Would you get in now?
I'm kind of waiting to see where it goes.
Oh, he's still positive though.
Yeah.
On right. I don't even know what SHIB is. I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
Yeah.
No, he got them. He did some pandemic shopping.
Oh, see, there you go. That was definitely so. He's up 2 or 3 times.
Well, even at this rate.
Yeah, back then it was in the 20s.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. At least Bitcoin was, and Bitcoin kind of, was a good bellwether for the rest of the market.
Yeah, let's talk a little about that, all these things, because is there any? I know you don't think there's a need, but it feels like it would really be good if somehow it actually went mainstream. Like it wasn't.
One of them will at some point.
Will it be Bitcoin? It seems like
that's like I said, that I don't think that network can handle it.
So which one do you think will make it out of the pure speculation?
I have no idea, but I don't know. XRP seemed like it had a good run at some point to possibly do it.
Would you do? Let me ask you guys. Even you, Gar, and you. At this point, do you think the better opportunities lie with the traditional stock market or with what's going on with the cryptos?
I think they're very different investment vehicles.
Right.
I
would say that there's a less of a, as risky as stocks are, I think there's less of a risk ceiling or roof than Bitcoin has. I think Bitcoin has, even compared to stocks, I think Bitcoin is still a much riskier investment.
Yeah, it's higher risk, higher reward.
But there are some very high rewards in the stock market.
And there's some very high rewards in the Bitcoin.
But I would say there may be less. There would be a higher floor with that potential risk ceiling with stock markets, because there is a little bit of regulation in how stocks are purchased and sold. Whereas I don't know what happens when you're buying and selling on the Bitcoin. Is there any kind of regulation that helps raise the floor up?
What do you mean raise the floor up?
I mean, there's not as much risk in buying on the stock market versus buying cryptocurrencies, because there's a lot of risk in the stock market. I didn't say there wasn't, but I'm saying there's way more risk in buying crypto because there is no regulation. There are no. It doesn't feel like there's any rules that that you have to be really aware of. It's like the wild, wild west. Anything goes, it seems. So yes, there is risk in the stock market, but it doesn't appear to be as much risk because there are some regulations that have to be taken into consideration.
Yeah, well, there's no regulation, so
that's what I'm saying. So given that, there's always risk, but there seems to be less risk, still very high rewards to the stock market versus lots of risk and lots of reward.
So let me give you this. I looked this up, right?
Yeah.
Rivercoin surged 1,800% in January.
What's it
One
called?
coin,
River coin?
River coin.
What,
Right? And
what's
there's
it at
another.
now? What's it at now?
I don't know what the value is,
Mm.
but I'm saying it went from X to 1,800 in a month.
Now, let me ask you that.
So let's see. Okay, let's see how much is River.
Yeah.
So if I go to a River coin chart, let's see. Okay, so it's worth 825 right now.
Is that up or down from last month?
And then if I look at for the month, oh no, that's really far down. Up at 80 in January. Now it's down to 8.
Whoa! What?
Well, wait, hold on.
By the way, your light went out.
What light? Oh, it'll be back.
Oh no!
I don't know why it does that. I have no idea. So, but in December, it was down to 370.
Dang.
So from December 1st to January 26th, it went from $3 to $85.
Wow.
And then from January 26th to today, it went from 85 down to 8.
That's a hell of an elevator ride, man.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But if you got out at 80,
yeah,
after getting in at 3,
oh, that thing. Yeah, but how many people actually did? I mean,
a lot of people.
But I mean, compared
but a lot
to the
more
ones who
people didn't.
Yes, exactly what I'm saying. I mean, that it like you said, you could hit 100x in a month.
This is straight up gambling.
Yeah, that's what that.
I mean,
exactly.
Anything less than that, I think people are kind of fooling themselves. It's straight up gambling.
That's why I don't understand it enough to do anything. Oh, let's see. We got Freddie Taylor saying, if you got out of 50, exactly. Yeah, you won. But how many people didn't ride that sucker all the way back down? I would say the majority of people did.
That's true. A lot of people probably wrote it down to the point. I mean, it's like got up to 80 and you're like, it got back to 50 and you're like, I'm out.
Now, not to say that a lot of people in the stock market haven't done the same thing. I mean,
exactly.
But there feels like there's a certain comfort level, at least a little higher comfort level.
But it's all fake. I mean, I've got a stock coin in here for a stock that doesn't even exist anymore. I got a stock certificate.
Oh, is that the cabbage one?
No, because that didn't fall apart. Somebody bought that one. It was the one that was.
So did you get a payday from that then?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It was the one that was. Well, here's funny. Well, I'll tell you. Webvan. I got a Webvan stock certificate.
I've forgotten all about them dudes.
Yeah, well, I didn't because I lost my money.
They were just ahead of their time, though. Well, honestly,
they totally were ahead of their time.
Yeah,
my God, But I mean, again, you put money into this, company, and it can go out of business, and you could lose all your money.
But that's a company, so it's not a currency; it's a company.
But I mean, it doesn't matter. It's your money. Your money's gone. I don't care. Look, it don't make me feel any better because it was a company that went under.
Well, I'll tell you why it makes me feel better. Because a company, you could actually measure a company's performance. You can measure their financial inputs and outputs. And you use that to make a decision on whether you want to get into the stock or not.
I mean,
you can't do any of that with the cryptos.
Right, but that's the beauty of regulation.
Well, that's why
at some point, once this gets regulated.
But I like what you said. That's what makes crypto a crapshoot, a more gambling than investing, because there's really no numbers that you can look at to definitively say, based on these numbers and these metrics, I'm going in or I'm staying away. I don't know how you determine that when you're dealing with cryptocurrency.
I mean, I usually you think about what's the utility of the coin? Who
Now,
are the people?
give me a definition for a utility when it comes to crypto. Like,
Oh man, I gotta go and figure this out for you.
I just want to know what is it? What are people using it for, other than speculation? I've never seen it used transactionally anywhere.
Let's see. Let's see the utility of the river coin, since that's going to be our thing.
See, I never invested penny stocks because you are gambling.
You're right. It is.
Yeah, with penny stock, those pink sheets, never did anything with those.
So anyway, it says, okay, so River is built to solve DeFi.
DeFi, what's that?
I don't know what DeFi is.
See,
okay, but I didn't invest in River.
I know, I'm just saying, but
But anyway, let me read it though. All right, DeFi has a massive liquidity fragmentation problem. Your assets on Ethereum can't easily work on BNB chain or Tron without going through risky bridges or wrapped tokens. So River's goal was to eliminate that friction.
All right, now our mutual buddy Alan is saying
decentralized finance. That makes sense.
All right, what is that? What the hell does that actually mean in the real world?
In the real the coins, they're decentralized financial.
So nobody knows what the hell they're actually worth because they're not used to actually buy or sell anything, are they? That's what I'm just having a hard time understanding. Something
people do trade coins, yes, because it costs money. You know that every time you move the coins from
I know
the market,
yeah,
into what is it called, the fiat coin or fiat money, there's a transaction fee. So a lot of the money they put it in, you might just buy Bitcoin or you might buy something that's ETH or something like that, and then you use that to buy the other coins.
See,
and then when you sell that coin, you might put it back into another established coin until you're ready to buy again. So I mean, money is transferring all the time.
That's why I'm saying it's mostly a crapshoot, like you said earlier.
It absolutely is. I mean, but there is some idea that you can look at in terms of how they're put that coin together and what the use is supposed to be for, and then but most of the rise and fall really has to do with whether people want it or not.
Yeah, there's
and it goes up.
There's no financials to look at. There's no price to earnings ratio. There's none of these things that I like to look at in order to make as informed decision as I can. And I can't do any of that with that stuff.
I mean, you can do it. It's just not what you're used to looking at. I mean, people are looking at these markets and trying to determine where to put their investments. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not that, well versed in it, but people are doing some due diligence. They're not just picking a coin and let's go. It's not like the roulette wheel where you just pick a number.
Well, there's no price to earnings ratio for gold because gold ain't making revenues. It's just what a value people put on it.
Exactly. I think this is way more like gold than the stock market.
But gold is something that you can actually sell to somebody if you go to the store. Like, I don't know how many people are going,
as long as they want it.
Well, but a lot of people are, I know we're not on the gold standard or anything, but a lot of people at least know what the hell gold is and what you can do and what you can't do with it. I don't know where the crypto, all that goes. I just don't, I want to, if I'm putting my money into something, I want to have
let's put it like this,
understanding of what that is.
Let's put it like this, right? Gold has value because of how it's extracted and that it's got a limited amount in this planet.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
We don't know what that limit is, but you're right. There is a limit because it's a physical thing.
Right. But if a giant asteroid that's made of gold falls on the planet, suddenly the value of your gold crashes.
Suzanne has interesting. Can you make jewels out of Bitcoin?
I don't care about that. Jewels are just a way to show off your gold, but I mean that has nothing to do with it. I've seen some better looking,
but it's something physical that you.
But answer to what I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that if this giant, meteor that's made of pure gold lands on the planet,
people will kill themselves trying to get to it.
Right, but also the gold that's on the planet crashes.
Well, that devalues the gold because now there's a whole new source of gold. Right. All right. Yeah, but that's physical. That's physical stuff. I mean, I get that.
So Bitcoin, but you get it because it's physical. But Bitcoin has a limited amount, and at some point it stops. I think in like the next 10 years or something, there won't be any more Bitcoin made.
Why
so
not?
It has a very limited amount.
Why not? Why won't there be any more?
Because when it was created, it had this algorithm that's like it's gonna the first part of the algorithm is like you can mine it. Here's how much it's gonna take, and then it splits, and it's like if you mine it, here's how much it's gonna take. So it takes twice as much for you to mine it or to get paid for the mining of it. Once they're all mined, all the coins are mined. The number of coins that whoever decided at the beginning, once they're all mined, there are no more coins. And that's going to happen in the next 10, 15 years.
That's some arbitrary number that came out from years ago, I guess.
Yeah, it was definitely, I don't know how he came up with the number.
Yeah, it's not there's no physical limits. We're talking about some dude from years ago who said, all right, this is the number.
And it is ones and zeros.
Yeah, it's all digital. It's not physical.
It is all digital.
I don't know, man.
I get it, but it's real.
It's real in some world, but not yet in the regular world.
Not yet.
But we've been waiting 20 years. When are we going to?
You act like that's a long time.
It is for me. It is.
Well, that's because you're an old man.
No, for an old man, it should be like you should be wanting to see it before you.
I would love to, but I don't. But I mean,
what's keeping like Amazon or Walmart or any of these chains from transacting? You could buy your socks with Bitcoin. I mean, why are we not able to do that yet?
Who's going to do that? I mean.
Well, all right. So, Freddie,
it's not there yet, bro.
Freddie, I do believe there is great value in blockchain, in the technology. I haven't seen anything that makes me want to, go diving in and putting my hard-earned money into.
Here's my question for you. Then, how come everybody doesn't use Apple Pay?
Because everybody doesn't have Apple devices.
Okay, how about everybody has a phone? How come everybody doesn't use their phone to pay for everything?
Well, I think for everything, but they at least use it to pay for stuff.
Well, I'm just saying, how long is that going to take?
I don't know, but at least people are doing
you're
that.
Asking us the same question. I don't know.
No, because people are using Apple Pay to pay for physical stuff. I mean, that's different than not paying for anything.
Look, you got $6 million. You can have that old lady that's missing. So it transfers.
Leave the old,
I'm just saying. No, I mean, it transfers. There's a whole entire black market of transactions that are being made.
I agree with that, but that's usually because it's black market and they trying to get over on people.
I know, but I mean, it actually can be transferred.
Yeah, but if you're good at the black arts, I mean,
No, that's not if you're good at the black arts.
if you like dealing in the shadows, yeah. I don't want to deal in the I mean, we're already in the shadows enough with the stock market.
You know what? I think that attitude is the reason why we haven't moved. It's just that attitude. People,
No,
I don't know what it is. I'm kind of scared. I think it's risky. All of those reasons. And until those things are,
no.
I don't think it's the ones and the zeros that's the problem.
I'll tell you what's the problem. Walmart and Amazon aren't taking Bitcoin because if they did, that would alleviate some of the fear.
I'm trying to remember. One of them seems like at some point they did.
They talked about it. I remember because we were watching Amazon. I think
so. Amazon talked about it.
Yeah, then they talked themselves out of doing it for some reason.
Yeah. Okay.
They're already they got AI to worry about now. So this.
Well, I mean, honestly, to me, AI, I think, is a problem that's going to have to be really addressed at some point when it comes to even Bitcoin.
How is Bitcoin different from what was going on with like the NFT nonsense? Remember that? Like remember that dude? Remember that dude from Twitter, Jack Dorsey? He sold his first tweet for $2.5 million.
2.5 million what?
Dollars, not Bitcoin. Dollars. I think it was dollars. I don't know. I think it was dollars.
Okay. You mean as an NFT?
He sold his first tweet as an NFT, and some sucker bought it for $2.5 million.
Stupid. I mean, honestly, the NFT thing I never understood.
But there's a little bit of feeling like this is the same. There's some kind of relationship between NFT and I didn't say this, but it feels like there's some kind of relationship there.
I mean, the NFTs were you would
buy those. That's what it was.
You would buy those with Ethereum.
Oh God! So there is a relationship here.
Well, I'm just saying that the payments were transacted with a coin. So
when does that turn into like cash? That's what I want to know. When does it turn into cash? Stuff I could use to buy houses and stuff.
You can always take it out, bro. But when you take it out, there's a fee.
How much of a fee?
It depends on, the transaction.
Like a 2 to 3%, like you got at the ATM machine back in the day? Or?
Yeah, pretty much. There are Bitcoin ATM machines all around town.
Have you seen one in here, like in the ATL?
I have not seen one in ATL, but I've seen one in other cities.
Did you ever try it out?
Or what?
I don't know what you do with a Bitcoin ATM.
The Bitcoin is for if you want to put money into Bitcoin or take it out of your Bitcoin.
Okay.
So if I want to buy some Bitcoin, I take my fiat currency, put it into the machine, and then I can buy Bitcoin.
So right now it's like 67,000, 68,000 for Bitcoin. So you would take your $67,000 out.
You can buy pieces of Bitcoin.
See, that's another thing. I mean,
you don't have to buy the whole coin.
It's just too much.
Okay, I get it. It's a lot. But you can make some money on it if it's on the way up.
I agree, you can, but I would like I said, you go back to your first statement. It is gambling.
Yes,
there's no more. It's gambling. I don't want to gamble. I want to invest.
Look, so you say the stock market is a little bit more.
There's more. At least there's some regulation, and there's more information at your disposal.
But what about investors?
Okay.
Business investors,
right? Institutional investors. Capital. Yeah, institutional investors.
No, I'm talking about capital investors.
Suzanne wants us to talk about AI now. Okay.
All right, we will catch up. But if I am an investor and I want to invest in startup businesses, there is no guarantee that those businesses are going to.
I'm not saying there's any guarantees.
Right.
I'm saying there's information.
But no, there's not a whole lot of information in that.
There's a ton of information. Now, some of us aren't privy to it.
Okay. Well, then there you go.
And then some of us aren't privy to like getting in on these IPOs that make a killing.
Right. But there's money that went in before the IPO.
Oh, of course there are. And those are the ones that make the real money.
Those people are putting a lot of money at risk.
Joyful Abraham. First of all, I love that name, and I like the spelling, Joyful Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't agree with you, Joyful. I'm sorry. It
Yeah,
feels like it's gambling to me.
all of it's gambling.
Yeah,
Even
but there are
stock
levels.
market is
There
gambling.
are levels to the gambling, I guess.
There's levels to the risk.
And there's levels to the risk. You're right. Sorry, Joyful. But I love that name, Joyful. Have you ever met anybody named Joyful before? That's a cool.
No, I know somebody named Joy.
I know Joy's, but Joyful is even better.
Joyful.
Have a good weekend, Alan. Check you later. See you in a couple of weeks. He'll be coming to Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
For the show.
Oh, for your show.
Yes, for the show. All right, let's talk about some AI stuff.
Okay.
What's I tell you one thing, people are really freaking out about how, I don't even know how I got into this, but how Claude and Claude Code, well, actually it's Anthropic, are cutting people's accounts off because they're connecting OpenClaw with their Claude Max account so they can basically pay $200 a month and run agents 24/7.
That's not allowed. I don't know what they're freaking out on.
Well, apparently it wasn't really.
You signed up and agreed to the TOS.
No, but the TOS didn't have that distinction in it because it hadn't thought about that distinction until people started doing that. Oh,
right, but the TOS was like, you can't run
like third-party LLM
things on the front. It's like, you got two levels on AI. You can run it on the front side, or you can run it on the back side.
You can pay the API, you can pay the level.
So they're skipping over the API and using the front end, which
they're
is
paying their 200
consumer facing.
Yeah.
And trying to run API calls basically instead of paying.
Well, they were doing it for like a couple of months.
Okay, well, not a whole lot, a couple of months, because damn, that thing didn't come out till January.
No,
it came out in September.
In December, yeah. It was like, what is it called?
Most people didn't catch on.
Yeah, but a lot of these
they didn't catch on.
A lot of these coder guys who are all of a sudden they said, you know what, we can buy these Mac Studios and we could beat them suckers up so that we can actually download these language models, and then we could use our Claude Max accounts for $200 a month, and we can run them suckers 24/7.
Not anymore.
Do you think? But there are always going to be people like these guys, because I started following, because it's a very interesting thing. I am actually thinking about buying a Mac Studio, beefing it up, and then being able to run all my stuff locally, and then won't have to pay those ridiculous API call fees, or even just pay that monthly fee. I'm thinking about doing that at some point. And you have these open source models coming from China.
Absolutely.
Coming from China.
China's got a new open source model that's on the level of a lot of these models out here today.
There's like a number of them out there apparently.
Absolutely.
And so you're seeing people buy these Mac Studios.
I think that's stupid, but okay.
Why do you think that's stupid?
Because you know what? Because of the declining price or the declining cost of having to run these kind of LLMs. Every year it gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So anything that they build or that they buy, hardware wise, the value of it gets less and less and less. So what you're running today on a Mac, a mini Mac, I'm going to be able to run on my old beat up phone that I don't use anymore.
Well, a lot of them are using Mac minis to run specific agents, but they're also beefing up so that they can bring everything local. So they have one huge or a couple of huge.
I honestly think, look, there's always going to be a way for you to save money doing it on your own. All I'm saying is that it's like the cloud,
Right.
When in the beginning it was so expensive to house things in the cloud. Oh my God.
Well, actually, back even before that, remember, little small businesses would be buying their own servers and then having to put the software on the servers, had to put their LANs together, PC LANs,
Right.
and they
then
would
the
hire.
cloud came and it was cheap.
Yeah, because they didn't have to go that upfront cost of all those machines and hardware, and they didn't have to have somebody on staff just to manage all that, because now the cloud did that. But now we know the pendulum has swung back, and all of a sudden, all these things we subscribe to, they cost more than than doing that stuff.
Well, that's the software, but the cloud's still cheap. So I thought you was going to go even into, okay, first enterprise put their stuff on the cloud, then small businesses put their stuff on the cloud
because it was cheaper.
Now we house all of our stuff on the cloud. So all of our
photos are on the cloud. The monthly fees are actually now have gotten to be so much.
It's because it's so cheap.
But when you add it up, it's not cheap anymore.
The cloud is so cheap that I can put all my photos and all my music in the cloud for free. That's how cheap it is.
But when you're talking about like businesses, and it could be anywhere from small to enterprise, at first it was great because when they were doing those CRM kind of implementations in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was costing them millions of dollars up front just to do it.
That was just for the software, though.
Yeah, but it's still $1 million.
You're talking about just storage. I'm just talking about storage.
I'm not talking about just storage.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about storage. If you're talking about buying a Mac Mini, you're talking about buying storage.
Not now, because what they're buying also is the amount of gigabytes of RAM so that they can do the processing.
Storage.
No, that they can do the processing right here on the edge, as opposed to sending it back to the cloud, and then the cloud centralizes processing. And that's why you got to pay all that money for those tokens. That's why you're seeing these folks buy these Mac Studios, because that takes all the compute.
So what I'm saying is that kind of need has gotten cheaper and cheaper, and it's rapidly getting cheap. So I mean, what we pay $20 a month for to get access to ChatGPT 5 compared to what we had with ChatGPT 3 is so much exponentially better. And the price, the market price is just going to crash. It's in a continuous free fall.
So this is where there's a difference in use cases and how people look at using these things. That's probably a more traditional use case, what you were saying. But then there's the
use case.
Why people
about compute power.
I'm talking about it's a use case because there are certain people that are already buying these machines and letting them run 24/7 to create agents where they used to have to bring in employees, because they say, I'd rather buy a machine and run it locally and run it 24/7, and it'll end up being much cheaper in the long run than bringing on actual human beings where you have to pay salaries and you have to pay for time, their vacation and health benefits. They are literally buying these machines and running them 24/7, and it ends up in the long run being cheaper than bringing on employees.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
But you don't have any employees.
If you don't want any employees, you can do things that you couldn't do unless you had employees. Now you are able to do them.
Right. And all I'm saying is 6 months from now, you'll be able to pay $10 a month and do the same thing.
I don't think there's going to be I don't think there's going to be any of these services that are going to let you run 24/7.
They're going to be
on a monthly plan.
It's going to be something close. I mean, that's the reason why they paid all the money to get the guy that did.
Yeah, OpenClaw. Yeah, Claude.
Yeah, or OpenClaw. That's why they paid, because they're like, look, this might be their way out. Honestly, it's like
this was about as good as this is. Like you said, a way out, because they were getting ready to get slaughtered.
They were. They seriously were.
And this guy kind of might save them.
Saving grace.
He might save them, but it's so early on in all this.
It is.
Nobody knows how this is all going to end.
I don't know if it ever will end.
But I do believe there are people on the edge that are trying to find ways to mess with these companies so that they can get as much free use out of this stuff as possible.
And that's
And that
always
ain't
that's
and that ain't
always
going
going to
away.
be the case. And they're
Look how
probably
fast
building. That's what they're probably building on their bots.
look how fast OpenClaw took off. I mean, we thought that OpenAI took off quick. What was it, 100 million users in like the first week or something like?
Crazy.
OpenClaw is I think doing that now, and most people don't even know what the hell it is.
No, and it's totally open source.
Yeah. So, and people are looking for China. They're looking for other open source. They're building these servers, and they're going to find ways around. Now, like you said, it's going to be like plugging your finger in a dike, because just as soon as you there's a hole, they'll plug it, and then they'll have to continually do that because people are really serious about wanting to use these things, but not.
And you're going to have the AI doing the work for you.
Yeah.
So your AI is going to have to be faster and better than my AI, because my AI is trying to break into yours.
And so where I think we end up, and where unfortunately I think small businesses end up, is once again being left behind, because how can they compete and try to keep up with this? I don't know how they do.
It depends on your business. I don't think plumbers are worried about it.
Nah, not the plumbers, but I'm telling there's way more kind of people like us. I mean, let's face it. There are more people working in the digital economy than in the physical one.
Whatever, man. I get paid for this.
Shit. You better go to the unemployment office right now. But I will say this. I'm glad I shaved. I shaved for the first time in like a month. I gotta
go.
I was kind of looking rough. Now, you know what? I like the little. Yeah, I like this. This.
I gotta shave.
Anyway,
I was shaved this morning. I did.
Anyway, this has been good. Yeah, Suzanne, thank you for making us talk about AI. That was kind of fun. And what is dude sold $1 billion company as a one? That's what I'm saying. The people are able to do stuff.
I never even thought about that. He is probably one of the first.
People are trying to replicate that. Like this one guy.
They will.
And we're gonna have like either OpenAI or Anthropic maybe become the first IPO $1 trillion value.
And here's the thing: he built that in a week.
That's even sicker.
He built
that's even sicker.
Built that in a week. It was totally vibe coded. I mean, it's just insane.
Dude, they got me buying Python classes. Because
for what?
For me to understand, because I want to understand the code that goes into the vibe code, not just to speak, but I want to know what the hell is going on.
Okay, well, good, fantastic.
And you're right; it has been a week, Freddie. It has been a week.
Yeah.
All right.
A week. He did it in a week.
In a week, and it has been a week. Yeah, a week. Who knows what'll happen next week? Stuff is coming out.
We'll be here.
Yeah, we'll be here. We will be here because, man, it's actually a kind of an interesting time to be doing stuff.
It is really an interesting time to be alive.
It beats the alternative.
Yeah. I mean, but it's funny, if you guys go back to a show of ours maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I used to say, it doesn't feel like we're living in the future. And all of a sudden, the future just is here.
Oh, one last thing. Because since we used to do a show called Watching Amazon, Amazon actually had, I think, their latest quarter, more revenue than Walmart.
Wow.
That's pretty big.
Wow.
And yet still, it doesn't feel like Amazon is that much of an interesting thing.
I mean, we just got used to it. I mean, it's only so long that you can have something in your midst that it just becomes okay.
Yeah, but I mean, wouldn't you have thought that Amazon passing Walmart in revenue, not just online revenue, but total revenue, that doesn't that say something about online commerce? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Says a lot. But I mean, I don't know how much of those numbers are commerce.
Oh, as opposed to like advertising money
Right.
and
And
mm,
AWS and all that.
yeah, AWS, yeah.
But still, I mean, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. But Walmart ain't going nowhere.
Oh heck
That
no.
damn parking lot stays packed. My
It
God.
certainly does.
You
You would
know what
think
I'm
they'd be
saying?
giving out Bitcoin in there or something,
Shut up.
And on that note, it was good to be back. Good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Yeah, so we will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Invest in something.
Peace.
Later.